Hello and welcome to today's episode. We are going to look at VLookup, a very popular formula used by many cheaters, as I call it. But yeah, in today's video, we are going to look at how to create a search key. Very easy. This is going to be the hardest one, the elixir. I'm going to explain it soon. The last thing we're going to do is elixir. Almost last thing. Damage, very simple. How to take the damage from this. Hit points, simple. Units, simple. Like all of these are basically the same formula. And basically this one, but this one just a little bit different, not too much. Just a little bit. But first things first, and don't mind this yet, we're gonna take a look at it soon, right? Not soon, but like in a few minutes. So, first things first, we need to understand the search key. So, the search key is the reference point to where all of these, like not all, but this will take its information from. It's going to be from here, right? A7, easy. So, what I like to do, you can write the name Magic Archer every time, I guess, like this. You could it works, it will work every time, but it's not so practical because if you would write like Magic Archer like this, it's not going to work, and that's because the validation is not going to recognize it because it's not the exact match, and therefore a much more simple way to do it is to right click on it, scroll down to data validation, click here on select data range, and just highlight all of them. Right now you got all of them, right? So I tend to have this on always when I'm not using it. I'm gonna explain that in a short moment, but for now let's start with damage. Elixir is going to be the hardest one, so we're gonna take it last. So if we start right here, you see that the formula we're gonna use is VLookup. So let's write it in. VLookup. So first thing it wants is the search key. Search key is right here, which is A7, as I said before. A7, right? Easy. It doesn't matter if this is capital or not, just give the same thing anyways. Now we want to highlight the range of the data. Now it's not only, I could only take this if I wanted. Oops. I remove this one. Now I could only take this and I would get exact match, like everything I wanted. But just for safety, or just to copy paste it to the other ones, take all of them. I believe it's better. It will give the exact same results. The only difference is that you can now copy paste this formula in all the yellow ones, and it's gonna basically make your life just small bit easier, right? So the formula is completed. The names, this means the search key where we put in the names of the cards, is going to be A7 as mentioned right here. Next is the card names. So always start with the card names, right? It doesn't start with elixir, it always starts at the card names. If this is, if the search key is at card names, then this should also be card names, right? But in here instead of here. It's gonna make sense in a minute. Now you just watch, right? Just watch. Next up, we want the steps. How many steps it is? It's called index, but not too many know what index is. I call it steps. So if the magic archer is right here and we want the damage, then it's 1, 2 steps, right? So yeah, step to the right, there's 2, 1, 2, easy. And that's the index. Now it's going to ask if this information is sorted or not. It's not. It could, to be honest, I always put 0 because it doesn't really matter. 0 is like false, as you see right here. 0 equal to false. So you could write false as here as well. It would give the same exact result, so it doesn't really matter. And parentheses, finish it. Now you see that if you go, it searches up this thing. It is right here. 2 steps to the right is going to be right here. So if we take perhaps golem, then golem should give us back 259. 259. Easy, right? Very, very easy. So that's the super simple formula. And here's why I wanted you to have it written this way, because now you can just copy this formula to hit points. Hit points is 1, 2, 3 steps, right? Right. So you copy, paste this, and instead of 2 right here, it's 3 steps. The rest is exactly the same. The golem's hit points is 4, 3, 5, 6. Golem 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 5, 6, right? Simple. Unit, with the unit, it's the exact same thing. Copy paste, and instead of 2, it is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There should be 1 unit, right? But I was at Grave, but now it's golem, right? So easy, very easy. As it says right here, very simple, right? And you can change this to anyone. Hogs, it gives the correct results. Fly machine, dark prince. Here's why I want you guys to use IFERROR formula before this. IFERROR is basically if there is an error. So if we delete this, it's gonna give us not available, right? That's why I want you guys to just put IFERROR and like this, and it's not gonna give an error. I have solved this. There's 2 ways to solve this. One is by having this in this, then all of them will have the same as you see right here. Or you can also put in IFERROR, so there is no error. So if you delete this, there's not going to be any errors, right? In this, in here, because we have IFERROR in. So we can put that in each one of them. So there's 2 solutions to this to avoid this NA thing. IFERROR, and IFERROR doesn't affect the formula at all. Just if there is an error, it's just gonna like acknowledge it. IFERROR, oops, like this, I think. I spelled, oh yeah, I spelled it wrong. Oh wait, there was one I have too much. Like that. So all of these are working right now properly, as they should. So if you take rascals, they're gonna work. If you take fly machines, it's gonna work, etc. So now we're gonna go to the card image. I could make this bigger for the sake of it, but why bother? So it's the exact same formula as this. Exact same, almost exact same. Only few differences as we go down here is that this one has image before the VLookup. So basically, go over here and we put in image, right? And then instead of 4, we're gonna have 5. So at the moment it's 5 machines. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's gonna give us the link right here, right? As you see, it's going to get the link. This is the exactly same thing as doing like this, equal image, and then we take fly machine. We're doing the exactly same thing right now, right? It's not more complicated than that. Only thing is that this is the VLookup, right? This is the VLookup in this formula because we are using the search key to find it, right? In this you can't switch. With this you can switch using VLookup. That's the main difference to why we use VLookup for this. We can also just make this centered as well as all these as well, because why not? Oops. Yeah, basically. So those are the simplest things you can do with VLookup. I'm going to show some practical examples of this in a short while, but now we're going to look at the elixir. Since you should never do this right now, right? Because this is just unpractical, but if it happens, I'm going to show you some scenarios where this actually happens in Clash Royale as the league manager. But yeah, by the way, I'm going to show you this as well. Yeah, as you see. So, elixir. This is going to be the hardest one as well because it's going to take some brain cells. So let's see. Sorry for the voice in the background. Same thing last video, but yeah. So this one is straight up VLookup. This one is going to take practice because this took me a while as well. So the search key is exactly the same. It's going to be banned right here, A7, comma, the range. This time, oh wait, yeah. You want the range to be the card names being E7 to E17. So E7 to E17, right? Then you put this comma, then the elixir, right? You want to know the elixir because it's behind. Oh wait, I forgot one thing. I forgot to add these. By the way, here's the answer we're gonna use, and then D6 to D17 for the elixir, because that's the range, right? The elixir. Then finish it with this one. I don't know what it's called. Comma. How many steps this time? This is called reverse VLookup. So with this, we are taking two, the steps in the index, or the steps you take is to the left. So how many steps to the left is it? It's 2 steps. So we are putting 2 here, right? So I did something wrong right now. Let's see. No, it's not. It's correct. And 0. And it should give back. Yes, I did something wrong right now. A7, comma. Yeah, I missed one of the bars. So right here it said 6 instead of 7, so it gave the wrong answer. It didn't find it properly, but now it did. So bandit 3 elixir, 3 elixir. To prove that it's not fake, you go to graveyard. It's gonna give 5 elixir. This is the only. Yeah, actually there's more 5 elixirs, but let's take 3 musketeers. It gives 9 elixir back. So this one was a little bit wrong. It should be say 7 and 7. Now it's correct. So yeah, this is the name range, right? Royal Hoax in this case. For some reason, it doesn't really matter why it is Royal Hoax, but it says Royal Hoax. Right here. Does it give 5 this? For some reason it says Royal Hoax. I don't know why, but kind of confusing. Don't mind that. It doesn't matter. As you see, it works fully, right? So now we have seen all the VLookups and they all work, as you see. Still me with the E6, it should be E7 right here as well. E7. Yeah. So now I wanted to show you where we do use this and some examples our UCL qualifiers, where we had some codes for each player, which is right there in the C column. So when we pick a code, let's take perhaps 2000. Alabas information being 2000. Where is it? Will pop up, right? This one, wait, no, this one having reverse VLookup. As you see, reverse VLookup. And 3 steps behind. And we concatenated as well, as you saw in the last video. This is like pretty advanced, but this one is the easy VLookup with also a bit of concatenate. Don't worry about that too much, but yeah. Same things here. Now there is another place where we use VLookup. It's right here. With the player images, we use VLookup for that. We use VLookup for the card bands. So if you put perhaps pick a band, it's going to show up right here. If you put the night switch band, it's going to show up right here, etc. So if you take perhaps shadow right here, his image will show up, right? It's all of this is VLookup. See if error, image, VLookup, blah blah blah. Then this is VLookup, 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 this is VLookup. All of this is like basically VLookup, even this. Actually not. This is ifs. We're gonna look at it soon. But you get the point. Most of it is VLookup. So all of this is also VLookup, as you did see between the battles. VLookup, 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 VLookup. I'm getting tired of saying, but you see how important and how big role this has, and how big impact this has on the game, like in streams. So this is a very powerful formula when it comes to games. So if you take perhaps this, you see it returns easily, right? There's no error, but if we delete this, this is gonna return fault. So therefore we're gonna put if error like this, done. Right? Very easy. Find machine, you get it. So now I wanted to show you one more thing before ending the video, and it's a switch button. So to learn that, we're gonna use ifs. So here we have one image and link with so for this you also need to know how to use image. Very easy. Just do equal sign image, then like this, or just like this, image, boom. Let's do enter and copy this and put this in here. Two very simple ways to do it. We're gonna use one of them. As you see right here, I've taken this just from here. So yeah, we're gonna use the other method. You also see that those are two different images. We're gonna use the other method as I showed you. So now it looks very confusing, right? If we just write equal sign ifs, you see condition 1 value 1, condition 2 value 2, blah 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 blah. So what does all that mean for you? Not too much, but we're gonna simplify it. So if we delete this for now, you see it switches between two images. If we delete this, so elixir equals to true equals click. No elixir equals to false equals to not clicked. If we do like this, so if we click, you see it's gonna say true. As you see, oops. Otherwise, it's gonna say false. So it's only true or false, true or false, true or false, right? Simple. So right now we want to switch between these two images quickly, right? Just by clicking. There's one simple way to do it. There's more ways, but this is the simplest one. So if we equal sign ifs, so the condition 1 is that this b6 must be equal to false. If it's false, then it's not clicked, right? And if it's false, it's no elixir, which means we want this link. So we're gonna cover this link, comma. What are these called? Anyways, I don't know. We're gonna put this link in, then comma. Now it says condition 2, and that is b6 equals to true. And in this case, we want the other link, right? It's being this link. See, true equal to click equal to elixir. Here's the elixir. So true, comma, boom, and this again, and there is that. Here's actually, so now if we click here, see, it can switch links, right? Simple as that. So now you also want to show the image, right? So you just do image and parentheses, and there's that, right? Simple. So now you know how to do that. We're just gonna copy this. Jeez, stupid. You're gonna copy this. Go to VLookup. Let's see. We're gonna put in insert. Oops, insert checkbox. If it may appear. You may. Yeah, so I had it at another color, so you can just do it on the right color and just scale it up to like 14. And now it's J7, remember that? So right here we put this to J7 and this to J7, right? Also, we don't want the image in this case, right? So not just too much, like that. So it can switch between links. So if you go to Magic Archer right here, oops, Magic Archer, we do this. See, it's going to switch results depending on what we want. This could be good for different reasons. I don't have any reason in mind right now, but just a good way to combine VLookup with the ifs and the checkbox. So also a bit satisfying to watch. You see that two different qualities. Anyways, those are the basics of VLookup. Reverse VLookup is no basics, that's like high level, but these are basics of VLookup. These basically, when you get to learn how to make checkboxes and stuff, then that's like next level. If you learn to do that by yourself and learn to improvise how to do that, for example, in here, like you write a name, it's gonna give back Discord, blah 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 blah. If you learn to do that by yourself, then you're good to go in sheet things. But for now, take step by step. And this is basically VLookup. VLookup basically just searches by the search key, being the names in this case, and then goes to the steps to the right, depending on how many steps you have. In this scenario, like 2 here, or like 3 here, depending what you want. Now this like was a bit cheeky, this tutorial, but here's also some practical example. Arrows. Yeah, you get the point. Very simple to use. Also very practical. And you could use this for like team logos and everything, to be honest, but yeah, I think that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed and see you. And please subscribe, comment, and like so people can see this. Of course, for gaming purposes and nothing else. I guess you could do this for other purposes, but mainly gaming. So thanks for watching and peace out.